Welcome to my channel, Valuable Coins All World. If you've ever wondered if those old coins you have lying around could be worth a fortune, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving into some of the rarest US coins, revealing their jaw-dropping values that will leave you amazed. Stick with us till the end. You won't want to miss what these hidden treasures could be worth. Let's get started. Top 1. There are stories hidden in the smallest of things, and sometimes, a simple coin can carry more mystery, value, and history than anyone could ever imagine. That's exactly what happens when you come across a Washington quarter dollar from the year 1971. At first glance, it looks like every other quarter you've ever used to buy a soda, feed a parking meter, or hand to a cashier. But for those who pay attention, those who truly look closely, the 1971 Washington quarter hides a potential that has surprised collectors and made headlines. This is not just a story about a coin. It's a journey through time, metal, design, and the unexpected value of something most people overlook every day. The Washington quarter has been a proud part of United States coinage since 1932. It was first released to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States, and the man whose face would grace the front of the coin for generations to come. By 1971, the Washington quarter had become a staple in every American's pocket. Millions of them were minted, passed through countless hands, and helped build the rhythm of daily life in cities and towns across the country. But among the ordinary, a few rare and exceptional examples stood out, and that's where the story of the 1971 quarter gets truly fascinating. The 1971 Washington quarter was struck after a major change in U.S. coin production. Just a few years earlier, the mint had shifted away from using silver in its regular coins due to rising costs. So by 1971, the Washington quarter was no longer made of silver. Instead, it was composed of a copper-nickel-clad combination. That means the coin has a core made of pure copper, covered with outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This gives the quarter its signature gray-silver appearance with a hint of warmth from the copper core showing on the edge. The coin weighs 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and is 1.75 millimeters thick. Its edge is reeded, covered with small vertical grooves, and it has a strong, round shape that feels solid in your hand. The coin's color is a blend of silver gray, sometimes with subtle tones of light brown or golden hues due to oxidation and natural toning that can occur over time. On the obverse side of the 1971 quarter, you'll see the famous left-facing bust of George Washington. His strong features, flowing hair, and confident gaze were sculpted based on a famous bust by Jean-Antoine Hedon. Above his head are the words Liberty, and just to the left of his neck is the familiar phrase, "I in God we trust." Below the portrait, centered at the bottom of the coin, is the date, 1971, engraved in sharp, clean numbers. Some coins from this year were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which in that year did not include a mint mark. Others were minted in Denver and carry the small letter D just to the right of Washington's ponytail. The mint mark is a tiny detail, but one that can make a big difference. The reverse side of the coin features a powerful and majestic image of a heraldic eagle with its wings spread wide. The eagle clutches a bundle of arrows in its talons, symbolizing strength and readiness to defend. Just beneath the eagle is an olive branch, representing peace. Together, these images reflect the balance of power and diplomacy that has long defined the American spirit. Arched above the eagle is the motto E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. The words United States of America appear at the top rim, and below the eagle is the denomination quarter dollar. Now here's where the story starts to turn from common to extraordinary. While millions of 1971 quarters were minted, only a few have become legends among collectors. These are the coins that, because of rare minting errors or pristine condition, are now worth thousands, sometimes even tens of thousands of dollars. Some rare 1971 quarters were struck on leftover silver planchets from earlier years, either by mistake or during the transition process. That means a few coins meant to be copper-nickel were accidentally made using 90% silver, a material no longer standard at the time. If you happen to find one of these silver 1971 quarters, you're holding a very valuable piece. Another error that collectors watch for is the double die strike. This happens when a coin is struck more than once by the die in a slightly shifted position. It results in doubled letters, numbers, or details, especially noticeable in the word Liberty, the date, or even Washington's profile. These doubled images aren't just mistakes. They are unique, eye-catching, and incredibly rare. Coins with off-center strikes also attract collector interest. When the blank planchet isn't perfectly aligned during the strike, part of the design may be missing or off to one side. The more dramatic the misalignment, especially when the date and mint mark are still visible, the more valuable the coin becomes. Another variation to look out for is the broad strike error. This occurs when the retaining collar that shapes the edge of the coin fails, and the coin spreads out slightly, resulting in a wider, flatter appearance. While it doesn't show reading on the edge, it reveals a striking and unusual look that collectors love. Even coins without dramatic errors can still be worth a fortune if they are preserved in perfect mint condition. Most coins that go into circulation pick up nicks, scratches, and wear over time. But some 1971 quarters avoided all of that. They were stored in rolls, mint sets, or private collections and have survived the decades in stunning condition. These coins are graded by experts on a scale of 1 to 70, with anything above MS 65 considered excellent. A 1971 quarter graded MS 67 or higher is incredibly rare and very valuable. The beauty of coin collecting is that treasures like this can still be found in everyday life. People have discovered valuable 1971 quarters in old jars, inherited collections, and even from coin rolls at the bank. All it takes is a sharp eye, a little knowledge, and the willingness to look closely. Every quarter you find could be hiding something extraordinary. Collectors also pay attention to the luster and strike of the coin. A sharply struck coin with full detail on both sides, no scratches, and a glowing surface can demand high prices even without an error. And when a coin has both perfect condition and a rare minting error, its value skyrockets. There are also examples of toned coins that have developed beautiful, natural colors over time. Blues, golds, purples, and reds can appear on the surface due to oxidation, and when these colors are even and attractive, they can increase a coin's value significantly. That's why the 1971 Washington quarter dollar is more than just a piece of change, it's a potential treasure. It tells the story of American history, of minting evolution, of artistic design, and of the surprises that still hide in plain sight. It's a symbol of how something so small can carry so much meaning. And now comes the part that coin lovers dream about. One absolutely stunning 1971 Washington quarter dollar, struck on a silver planchet by mistake, and preserved in breathtaking mint state condition with no signs of wear, was discovered by a collector who recognized its uniqueness. When this coin went to auction, it made waves across the collecting world. After fierce bidding and expert authentication, this single quarter sold for an amazing $140,000. So before you spin that quarter in your pocket, take a moment to look at it. You might just be holding a piece of history or something that could change your life. And for more incredible stories like this, full of hidden value and numismatic adventures, stay tuned to Valuable Coins All World, where every coin has a secret, and some secrets are worth a fortune. Top 2. In the world of coins, some stories begin in the most ordinary places. Maybe it's an old jar tucked away in the back of a drawer. Maybe it's a handful of change you receive at a grocery store. Sometimes, it's a forgotten coin resting at the bottom of a purse or wallet. But every now and then, one of those coins is not just a piece of metal, it's a hidden treasure, waiting to be discovered. One such coin is the Washington quarter dollar from the year 1979. At first glance, it may appear like every other quarter you've seen or used, but when you look closer, the true story begins to unfold, and that's where things get very interesting. The Washington quarter has been part of American life since 1932. Introduced to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. For decades, this coin has carried a design that's become one of the most recognizable in the world. The powerful profile of the nation's first president on the front and the majestic eagle on the back. The 1979 version of this quarter continued that legacy. Millions of these coins were struck and released into circulation. But among them, there are some with characteristics and conditions so unique that they have turned ordinary coins into extraordinary finds. The 1979 Washington quarter is made with a copper-nickel-clad composition. This means it has a core of pure copper, with outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This mixture gives the coin its distinctive silver-gray color, with hints of a warm copper glow that sometimes peeks through the edge. The coin weighs 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.75 millimeters. Its reeded edge, marked with tiny grooves, provides both texture and authenticity. Its round shape and balanced feel have become familiar to everyone who's ever used American currency. On the obverse side of the 1979 quarter, you'll see George Washington facing left. His image is strong and thoughtful, the work of sculptor John Flanagan, whose original design has stood the test of time. Above Washington's head is the word liberty, and to the left, "In God We Trust," as it has appeared for generations. At the bottom is the date, 1979. Some of these coins were minted in Philadelphia and carry no mint mark, while others were struck in Denver and bear a small D just to the right of Washington's ponytail. There are also coins from the San Francisco Mint that carry an S mint mark, although those were usually proof coins intended for collectors. The reverse side of the coin is just as detailed. A bold American eagle is perched on a bundle of arrows, its wings spread wide as a symbol of strength and readiness. Below the eagle is an olive branch, representing peace. Together, these images balance power with diplomacy. At the top of the coin, the words United States of America curve along the rim. Just beneath that is the Latin motto E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. At the bottom, the denomination is clearly stated $quarter. What makes the 1979 quarter stand out isn't just its design or history, it's the rare errors, unusual varieties, and high-grade conditions that have made certain examples incredibly valuable. Some 1979 quarters were struck with off-center errors, where the image is shifted away from the center of the coin. Depending on how dramatic the shift is, these can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Coins that were struck on the wrong planchet, like one mint for a penny or foreign coin, also carry high value due to their extreme rarity. Another prized error is the double die, where the coin's design elements are accidentally doubled during the minting process. This can create a ghost-like second image, often visible in the lettering or numbers. These double die errors are extremely collectible, especially when found in coins that remain in brilliant, uncirculated condition. Then there's the matter of grading. Coin collectors rely on a scale that runs from 1 to 70 to measure a coin's condition. A 1979 quarter found in circulation will usually be worn and graded much lower. But if one has been carefully preserved, never spent, and still shines with full original luster, it could be graded MS 65, MS 66, or even higher. At these levels, the value of the coin can rise dramatically. A coin graded MS 67 or better is very rare and can draw strong interest from serious collectors. Coins that feature full, bold strikes with sharp details are the most desirable. In the 1979 Washington quarter, look closely at the feathers on the eagle's wings, the clarity of Washington's hair, and the definition of the text. The more detailed and undamaged the coin, the more valuable it becomes. Even the smallest flaw, a tiny scratch, a dent, a weak spot, can lower a coin's grade and affect its price. Some coins from this year also exhibit beautiful natural toning colors that appear over time due to exposure to air and moisture. These colors might be golden, blue, purple, or green, and when they appear in an attractive pattern, they can make the coin even more unique. Collectors love these toned coins for their one-of-a-kind appearance and historical feel. Another variation found in some 1979 quarters is a machine doubling effect, where the design appears to vibrate or echo slightly due to a minting machine's movement. While not as valuable as true double die errors, these coins are still interesting and collected for their unusual look. It's important to know that finding these rare coins isn't just for experts. Everyday people have discovered valuable 1979 quarters in coin rolls, pocket change, and family coin collections. All it takes is a bit of patience, a sharp eye, and the knowledge of what to look for. Many people have turned these small finds into big profits simply by recognizing when a coin was more than just pocket change. And while the coin's metal is no longer silver, its value can easily exceed the worth of real silver. That's because rarity, condition, and collector demand often mean more than what the coin is made of. A copper-nickel coin might not seem exciting until you realize it could be worth more than its weight in gold. Some 1979 quarters were struck with incredible detail, survived in pristine condition, or came with errors so unusual that they've become prized by collectors across the world. The chance of finding one may be small, but it's not zero. And that's what makes coin collecting so exciting. That thrill of discovery, that possibility hiding in your spare change, is what keeps treasure hunters searching and collectors dreaming. The Washington quarter has always been a piece of American pride, but in 1979, something about the coin's production, the conditions at the mint, and the passage of time combined to create a small number of rare gems. These coins now represent the perfect storm of history, rarity, and beauty, and their value continues to grow. And now we come to the most exciting moment. One remarkable 1979 Washington quarter, struck with flawless detail, preserved in near-perfect condition and featuring a rare double-die error, was once discovered by a collector who knew exactly what to look for. After authentication and grading, this coin went to auction, where bidding was fierce. Collectors from around the world competed to own it. And when the final bid was placed, that little coin, just a simple quarter, was sold for an unbelievable $95,000. So, the next time you hold a 1979 quarter in your hand, don't just spend it. Look at it. Study it. You might be holding a part of American history, a piece of numismatic art, or even a hidden treasure. And for more amazing coin stories, hidden values, and life-changing discoveries, make sure to subscribe to the channel Valuable Coins All World, where every coin tells a story, and some stories are worth a fortune. Top 3. Sometimes, the most fascinating treasures are not buried deep in the ground or hidden away in museums. They're sitting quietly in your pocket, waiting to be noticed. Today, we dive into the incredible story of one such overlooked piece of American history, the Washington quarter dollar from the year 1986, with the P mint mark. At first glance, it may look like any other quarter you've used in a vending machine or tossed into a fountain for luck. But if you stop and take a closer look, this coin reveals details, secrets, and possibilities that have turned it into a prize for collectors around the world. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932, intended to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. Since then, it has become a standard in American coinage. But each year brought new strikes, fresh dies, different mints, and with them, subtle differences, some ordinary, others extremely rare. The 1986 P Washington quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which proudly uses a small letter P on the coin's obverse, right beside Washington's ponytail. This little letter, often ignored by the average person, becomes a key part of the story when identifying where the coin came from and what makes it special. The color of this coin is a smooth, metallic silver with a slight gray hue that can deepen over time. This appearance comes from the quarter's composition, an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a core of pure copper. This copper-nickel-clad structure replaced the earlier 90% silver quarters after 1964 due to the rising cost of silver. While these coins no longer have silver in them, their true value lies in their condition, rarity, and potential errors. The 1986 P Washington quarter weighs exactly 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters. The edge is reeded, featuring tiny ridges running around the outside, which are not just decorative. They also serve to prevent counterfeiting and alert people to any tampering. The coin has a thickness of 1.75 millimeters and a smooth, round shape that fits neatly between your fingers, yet could easily slip past unnoticed. Unless you know what you're looking for, the front, or obverse, of the coin displays a detailed and noble portrait of George Washington. His face is strong, determined, and wise, reflecting the legacy of the founding father. Above his head, the word Liberty curves along the rim, and to the left of his neck is the national motto, "In God We Trust." At the bottom of the coin, stamped with precision, is the date, 1986. And right next to Washington's hair tie is the small P mint mark, a tiny character that could mean the difference between an ordinary coin and a coin worth thousands. Flip the coin over, and the reverse side shows a fierce and elegant eagle, wings spread wide, perched atop a bundle of arrows. The eagle represents strength, vigilance, and the readiness to defend the nation. Just below, an olive branch extends, symbolizing peace and diplomacy. Around the top edge of the coin, United States of America is engraved in bold letters, and just beneath that, the phrase E pluribus unum, out of many, one, echoes the spirit of unity. At the bottom, the denomination is clearly marked, quarter dollar. Now here's where the story takes a dramatic turn. While millions of 1986 quarters were produced, not all of them were created equal. Some coins emerged from the mint with rare and valuable errors. Mistakes so small they escaped unnoticed, but so unique they captured the attention of collectors around the world. One of the most desirable types is the double die error. In these rare instances, the coin's design elements, such as letters, numbers, or even parts of Washington's face, appear twice, slightly offset. This doubling happens when the die strikes the coin more than once in slightly different positions, creating a ghostly, fascinating effect. Other errors include off-center strikes, where the image is misaligned and parts of the design are missing. Some quarters were even struck on the wrong type of metal blank, called a planchet, which can make the coin lighter, smaller, or an entirely different color. Broad strike errors, die cracks, and clipped planchets are other examples of mistakes that can turn a simple quarter into a highly prized rarity. Beyond errors, collectors also seek out coins in the highest possible condition. The grading scale ranges from 1 to 70, with MS 60 and above representing mint state coins, those that have never been used in circulation. A coin graded MS 65 is considered gem quality. MS 67 is extremely rare, and anything higher is nearly flawless and worth far more than its face value. For a 1986 P quarter, the higher the grade, the more interest it generates, especially if it's paired with an unusual error or brilliant natural toning. Speaking of toning, some coins from 1986 have developed beautiful, multicolored hues over the decades. These tones can range from golden yellows and deep reds to blues and purples, caused by the way the metal reacts with air and moisture over time. If the toning is even and attractive, it can significantly boost the value of the coin, especially if the coin has sharp details and no signs of wear. Now, let's imagine someone finds a 1986 quarter that was never circulated. Maybe it sat for years in a coin roll, in a collector's drawer, or tucked away in a forgotten mint set. It shows no wear, has a brilliant shine, and when inspected under magnification, shows evidence of a double die or a slight off-center strike. This is no longer just a coin. This is a discovery, a potential treasure that could spark the excitement of a lifetime. Every detail on a coin like this matters. The sharpness of Washington's profile, the clarity of the eagle's feathers, the boldness of the lettering, and the strength of the coin's luster all combine to determine its worth. And with coins like the 1986 P Washington quarter, finding one in perfect condition with any kind of error is like hitting the jackpot. Collectors across the world constantly search for these high-grade coins. Some go through thousands of coins just to find one that stands out. Others search coin rolls from banks, estate sales, or even online auctions, hoping to spot a hidden gem that someone else overlooked. The thrill of the hunt is part of what makes coin collecting so addictive and rewarding. The 1986 P quarter may not be made of silver or gold, but its value lies in its rarity, condition, and the excitement of discovery. It represents the idea that hidden worth can exist in the most ordinary of places. And it proves that with knowledge and a little patience, anyone can stumble upon a coin worth far more than 25 cents. Now for the most exciting part of all. One particular 1986 P Washington quarter, discovered in perfect mint condition with an extremely rare double die error, caused a stir in the coin collecting world. After careful authentication and expert grading, it was sold at a major auction. The final price paid for this tiny piece of metal, once thought to be worth only a quarter, was an incredible $60,000. So before you spend that next quarter, take a moment to look at it closely. It might be just spare change, or it might be something far more special. And for more amazing stories, rare coin finds, and valuable discoveries, don't forget to follow the channel Valuable Coins All World, where every coin has a secret and every video brings you closer to the next great treasure. Top 4. Sometimes, a simple coin can carry a story so fascinating that it captures the imagination of collectors and coin lovers across the world. Today's story is about a coin that you might think is just ordinary, just another quarter in your pocket, but in reality, it holds something far more special. This is the story of the 1994 Washington quarter dollar with the P mint mark, a coin from the United States of America that, at first glance, may look like any other, but when you look closer, it tells a tale of design, history, errors, and unexpected value. And if you stay with me until the end, you'll discover just how valuable this little piece of metal can truly be. The Washington quarter has been a familiar sight in American currency since 1932. It was created to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth and has remained one of the most recognizable coins in the country. By 1994, this coin had already seen decades of circulation, but each year brought with it new strikes, new conditions, and sometimes rare and surprising errors. The 1994 P quarter is one of those coins that has quietly become a favorite among collectors not just because of its design, But because of the secrets that some versions of it hold, the 1994 quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and that's where the P Mint mark comes from. You'll find this small letter on the front side of the coin, just to the right of George Washington's ponytail. It's a tiny mark, easy to miss, but very important for collectors because it tells them exactly where the coin was made. The Philadelphia Mint has produced billions of coins over the years, but only a small number come out with qualities that make them stand apart from the rest. Now let's talk about the coin itself. The Washington quarter from 1994 is composed of a copper-nickel clad material. That means it has a solid copper core, sandwiched between two layers made of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This unique combination gives the coin its silver-gray color with a subtle, almost golden warmth when it catches the light. The coin weighs 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.75 millimeters. Its edge is reeded, meaning it has those small grooves around it, and its round shape makes it a perfect piece to hold, study, and admire. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll find the familiar profile of George Washington, facing left. His expression is firm, proud, and timeless. Above his head is the word liberty, and to the left, in smaller letters, the national motto, "In God We Trust." Below his chin is the date, 1994. The design is clean and strong, and although it was struck in the millions, not every coin came out exactly the same. That's where things get interesting. Flip the coin over, and you'll see the reverse side, which features a bold eagle standing with its wings spread wide. The eagle is perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and readiness to defend. Below the arrows is an olive branch, representing peace. These two symbols together reflect the American values of courage and diplomacy. Around the top edge of the coin, United States of America is engraved in bold capital letters. Just beneath that, you'll see the phrase E pluribus unum, which means out of many, one. At the bottom is the denomination, quarter dollar. Even though the 1994 quarter is made with common materials, its real value lies in the small differences, rare errors, perfect strikes, or preserved condition. Some 1994 quarters were struck with double die errors, where parts of the design appear twice due to the die shifting slightly during the minting process. This doubling can be seen in the letters, numbers, or even parts of Washington's face. It's a rare error, and collectors absolutely love it. Another error that increases a coin's value is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin isn't properly aligned in the press, causing part of the design to appear off-center or even missing. The more dramatic the shift, and the more visible the date and mint mark, the more valuable the coin becomes. Some coins were also struck on the wrong type of blank or planchet, meaning they might have come out thinner, thicker, or a completely different color. Broad strikes are another type of mint error that occurred in 1994 quarters. These happen when the coin isn't held in place correctly during minting, causing it to expand slightly and lose its reeded edge. The result is a strange, flat-looking coin that can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But even without errors, condition plays a huge role in a coin's value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better condition. A coin graded MS 65 is already considered gem quality, while anything MS 67 or higher is rare and highly sought after. For the 1994 P quarter, finding one in mint condition that has never been circulated is a real challenge and a real opportunity. Some coins also develop what collectors call natural toning. This is when the coin takes on beautiful colors, shades of blue, gold, red, or even purple, due to oxidation. A coin with attractive toning and perfect detail can command very high prices at auction. Each toned coin is unique, like a fingerprint, and that uniqueness is something collectors value highly. Imagine finding a coin in your pocket that's not just worth 25 cents, but possibly worth thousands. That's the magic of coin collecting. People have found valuable 1994 P quarters in everyday change, coin jars, and inherited collections. All it takes is a careful look and the knowledge of what to search for. Another exciting variation from 1994 involves strong, full strikes. Coins where every detail is sharp and visible, from the strands of Washington's hair to the feathers on the eagle's wings. These sharply struck coins, especially when free of scratches or wear, can be worth much more than their face value. Collectors around the world are always on the hunt for coins like these. Some go through hundreds or even thousands of quarters, searching for that one rare piece. The 1994 P quarter may seem like a common coin, but finding one with perfect luster, no marks, and a rare error is like striking gold. These coins are becoming harder to find each year, and their value only continues to grow. There are even stories of people selling ordinary-looking coins at auction, only to discover they were extremely rare and valuable. That's why knowledge is so important. The more you know about coins like the 1994 P quarter, the more likely you are to spot something special when it crosses your path. So, if you've got old coins at home, or if you enjoy checking your change, the next time you spot a 1994 quarter with a P mint mark, give it a closer look. It might be scratched and dull, or it might be a rare treasure hiding in plain sight. Check for errors, examine the details, and if it looks untouched and shines like new, you just might have something very special. And now, the moment that makes this story unforgettable. One extremely rare 1994 P Washington quarter, with a double die error and graded in superb mint state condition, caught the attention of collectors and experts alike. After careful examination and professional grading, the coin went to auction. Bidders knew exactly what they were looking at: a coin with sharp strikes, flawless fields, and a one-of-a-kind error. When the auction closed, that one quarter, just a small, everyday coin, sold for a breathtaking $35,000. So before you spend that next quarter, pause and take a closer look. You might be holding something worth far more than you ever imagined. And for more amazing stories, incredible discoveries, and valuable coins like this, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned to the channel Valuable Coins All World, where every coin has a story, and some stories are worth a fortune. Top 5. Sometimes, the smallest things carry the biggest surprises. Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out a handful of change, and discovering something that millions of others might ignore: a Washington quarter dollar from the year 1997 with the P mint mark. At first, it looks just like any other coin you've used to buy a snack or pay for parking. But if you look just a little bit closer, you might uncover a fascinating world of hidden errors, unique features, and a value that could reach tens of thousands of dollars. That's the story we're diving into today, and once you hear it, you may never look at your pocket change the same way again. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American coinage since 1932. It was originally introduced to celebrate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. For decades, the design remained largely unchanged, and by 1997, the familiar features of the coin were still in place. On the front, or obverse, side of the coin, you'll see the strong, proud profile of George Washington. Above his head is the word liberty, a symbol of the values the country was founded on. To the left of his face, in small capital letters, is the phrase "In God We Trust." Below, at the bottom of the coin, you'll see the year it was made, 1997. Right next to Washington's ponytail is something small but very important: the letter P. This is the mint mark that shows the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most famous mints in the United States. Millions of quarters were made in Philadelphia that year, but only a few of them would become something truly special. The color of the 1997 Washington quarter is a soft, silvery gray, created by the unique blend of metals used to make it. The coin is made from a copper-nickel-clad composition, which means it has a solid copper core, surrounded by two layers of a metal mixture that's 75% copper and 25% nickel. This gives the coin its durable surface and a shiny appearance that holds up over time. When light hits it just right, you can sometimes catch a soft glow that makes the coin look like it's holding a little bit of history in its shine. The quarter weighs 5.67 grams. With a diameter of 24.26 millimeters and a thickness of 1.75 millimeters. Its edge is reeded, meaning it has small grooves all around, which were originally designed to prevent people from shaving off bits of the metal. These small details are what make this coin not only functional but also beautiful in its own right. On the back of the coin, or the reverse side, you'll find a powerful eagle with its wings spread wide. It's perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and readiness to defend. Just below that is an olive branch, representing peace. The message is clear: America stands strong but seeks peace. Around the top edge, the coin reads United States of America, and below that, in smaller letters, is the phrase "E pluribus unum," out of many, one. At the bottom of the reverse, you'll see the words quarter dollar, clearly marking its denomination. Now, while millions of these coins were minted, only a small number have what collectors call errors or varieties. These are unexpected changes or mistakes that happen during the minting process. Some of these errors can make a coin incredibly valuable. One of the most famous and exciting kinds of error is the double die. This happens when the coin die shifts slightly between strikes, causing letters, numbers, or even parts of the image to appear doubled. If you ever see a 1997 quarter with blurry or doubled letters, that could be a rare double die error. Another type of error to look for is an off-center strike. This is when the coin wasn't aligned correctly during minting, causing the design to be pushed to one side. The more off-center it is, and the more of the date and mint mark still visible, the more valuable the coin can become. Some coins were also struck on the wrong kind of metal blank or planchet. Imagine finding a quarter that was accidentally struck on a blank meant for a penny or a foreign coin. These kinds of mistakes are rare and can be worth thousands. But even without errors, condition plays a huge role in a coin's value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. A coin that's been used every day might grade in the teens or 20s. But if a coin has never been circulated, never touched by hands, never dropped or scratched, it might earn a grade of MS 65 or higher. MS stands for mint state, and coins in this range look almost brand new. The higher the grade, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. Some 1997 quarters also develop beautiful natural toning over time. This happens when the metal reacts slowly with air, humidity, or the material of a coin holder. It can create soft shades of gold, blue, violet, or even green across the surface. When toning is even and colorful, it adds a unique beauty to the coin, and collectors often pay a premium for coins with eye-catching toning. Collectors across the country, and even around the world, are always hunting for high-grade 1997 quarters with rare features. Some search through bankrolls, hoping to get lucky. Others attend auctions or estate sales, looking for that one special coin. There's always excitement in the search, because you never know when a small, everyday coin might turn out to be something incredible. Many people keep old jars of coins at home, never realizing they could be holding a coin worth far more than its face value. The 1997 Washington quarter may be common, but within those millions are hidden gems, coins with rare errors, high grades, or brilliant color that make them stand out. And those are the coins collectors are willing to pay big money for. Imagine finding one of these coins in your pocket, with full original luster, no scratches or wear, and a mint error that makes it one of a kind. That simple quarter could be worth more than your phone, your furniture, even your car. It could be the key to an unexpected discovery, a little piece of history that's both valuable and rare. One of the best parts of coin collecting is the surprise. You never know when you'll find something that others missed. With a magnifying glass, a little patience, and some curiosity, anyone can start uncovering treasures hidden in everyday change. You don't need to be an expert, you just need to pay attention. And now comes the part that brings this story full circle. A collector, searching through old change from a coin jar, spotted a 1997 quarter with a P mint mark that looked unusually sharp. Upon closer inspection, they discovered it had a subtle doubling in the date and lettering. The coin was sent in for grading and received a high mint state grade, thanks to its flawless surface and brilliant shine. What seemed like just another quarter turned out to be extremely rare, and when it was auctioned, it sold for an amazing $28,000. So next time you have some spare change in your pocket, take a closer look. You might be holding something far more special than you think. And for more coin stories like this, rare finds, and tips that could help you uncover a hidden fortune, be sure to follow and subscribe to the channel Valuable Coins All World, where every coin has a story, and some stories are worth thousands.